All right, y'all. How y'all doing? My name is John Cantu, and I guess I can, start with my introductions. My pronouns are he, him, and just a little bit about me now. So I'm currently a junior. I'm going into my fourth quarter, so I'll be a senior come next year in that fall quarter. I do call myself a super junior sometimes because this is my second summer quarter. I will call myself a super duper junior because I think it sounds funny. That's pretty much why I do that. So, um, majors wise, I'm pursuing a communications major and a film and psych minor, with essentially the overall goal of applying that to a counseling field once I'm done here at Western. Why the film minor? I'm not too sure, but I'm just a big fan of film, so I'm looking to apply that to a counseling field, or just kind of my form of counseling or therapy once I am out of here. I'm looking to also kind of pursue counseling master's program, that sort of thing. I know Western has one, so I might try and kind of shoot my shot there and see where that goes. I also might kind of look out of state too, because it also sounds very doable right now. But I am currently in town. I live on campus. I'm in the dorms right now for the summer quarter, so that's kind of where I've been residing for these past couple of weeks. Bit of a fun fact too, I have stayed in Buchanan Towers all of my junior year too, so I've been here for quite a while. And so that's kind of where I'm at now and what I'm looking to do. So we can kind of get into these things now. I do have it in front of me right now too, just kind of make it a little bit easier. So one thing that you can't tell just by looking at me, I don't know. That's rough. I eat and sleep a lot. I nap a lot. I don't know. I mean, that's kind of a little bit obvious. I've got the Snorlax. I've, kind of got the demeanor sometimes. I'm very easily motivated and inspired. I kind of try to inspire other people a lot too. That's just kind of trying to keep people up and not make sure that they don't feel down. So that's just kind of what I try to do there. So I guess that's something you won't necessarily know or see until we talk, that sort of thing. So that's kind of, and I feel like that's important to know too, as me as a person to y'all. Because, if you need somebody to talk to, I'm here. I'm always ready to talk, have a conversation, talk about what's up. If somebody's struggling, we just talk about it too. So getting to the next one. What have I learned about myself lately? God, I love napping. I think I've known that for a while, but definitely it's really been my form of self-love for the past couple of weeks. This last spring quarter has been a bit rough, so being able to make sure that I have the time to sit down, realistically lay down and have some, just take a nap every now and then, has really just kind of been my way of just de-stressing, and just kind of, getting ready for the next day. Why am I taking this course? Well, aside from being a communications major, this is also something that I feel like I could apply very well to my life and overall goal. Just being able to have these conversations and realize what conflict looks like, not necessarily just through different cultures, but as a form of communication, and how conflict is approached from person to person, or kind of what it looks like over, just kind of a grand picture, and then just kind of being able to see where that is something I can be applied to in my own counseling field, or just kind of my own daily lives, and see what I can do with that there in those different situations. What do I specifically hope to learn from this course? I mean, everything. Just kind of going back to what I was just saying. Hoping to learn how to apply that better to my own life, or just to apply that to how I can help other people's lives as well, or kind of make sure if they have something that they're struggling with, hopefully I can make them, understand something a little bit better if they're struggling with it in their own terms as well. What are my expectations of myself and peers in this course? I think in general my expectations just have fun. Along with being comfortable and feeling supported, if you're having fun, I think really then your best work will shine, and you can grow more as a person and just kind of use that as a stepping stone to leap into just higher realms of what we can achieve as people, and especially as an individual, because once somebody can feel like they can shine, they're going to shine bright, and that's kind of what I want people to do and want people to see within themselves or just other people too. So my learning style, I bounce around a lot. I'm very audio, but I'm also very demonstration based. 100% if I can see a professor or somebody else give an example, or just kind of like a quick blurb about what we're doing or that sort of thing, I think I can really grasp onto it in my own way, and then from there use that as my own stepping stone to kind of do my own version, or get to where I need to be in the grand scheme of the same project as well. So that's kind of my learning style. What is the importance of valuing difference, equity, and inclusion? I would say the value of being able to understand the importance of all of these is being able to understand cultural perspectives. That might be a little bit of a leap, but I think a lot of this stems from cultural just views or values or negative views or beliefs of what people have of other cultures or identities. Because, I mean, kind of this, I'm sorry about that, but it might be a bit of a tangent coming up. But being able to see these other cultures and ideals and perspectives can really give you an insight into what equity and inclusion look like. Lots of different, just kind of ranges of equity and inclusion from culture to culture. You may not be able to tell, but I come from a Hispanic background, and our kind of ways of inclusion are much different than the ways of inclusion in non-Hispanic communities. So being able to kind of take that step back and realize what that looks like from your culture to another culture is something that can be really crucial into like understanding that inclusion. And I think that goes vice versa with equity, being able to be in your own kind of culture or your own bubble, and then just understanding that too and seeing how that applies to your perspectives and your perspectives to other perspectives of not just yourself but other people too. So that's kind of where I kind of see that importance there of valuing those different things and just seeing difference too, because that kind of really lets you compare, not necessarily in a negative sense, like you're not trying to compare yourself to other people, but comparing your situation to where you are and your experiences and beliefs that you've accumulated over time and what those look like compared to other people. Like, what do you believe and what do they believe? It's not a competition. It's just, making sure that you can, in a sense, look at checks and balances. Are you overstepping? Are they overstepping? When you have that same conversation, that's that conflict. That's that understanding that through communication. So that's kind of where I align with that. What will I actively do if I see or hear hate speech? I will be supportive. This is something that I've been through before with having friends who have been bullied on the internet or bullied in person, and making sure that they feel supported and that they feel loved. A lot of times when things like these have happened before, through people that I do know and have been around for a while, they don't always feel like they've been included, or they don't always feel like that they've been within the group. I mean, that does kind of feel like not in an inclusion there. Sorry, I can't think of the word. But they feel cut off. They don't feel like they're part of a dynamic, not just within the group, but within the kind of, grander scheme, once again, of where they are in their own life. So just making sure that they have their voice heard and making sure that they feel comfortable within their own just kind of skin or within their own friend groups, making sure that that applies to them outside as well. So, yeah. What do I... I just read that one. As a class, how can I develop a collaborative online community? Just applying that stuff to other people too. That's just kind of making sure that they feel heard, that they feel safe, that they feel open to who they are, where they are, and the people around them. So it's just kind of me. That's kind of what I want to do, and just making sure that people feel safe and comfortable.